Now, I know what you guys might be thinking, that I'm going to talk about some weird kind of options there are in buying stocks like Type A's, Type C's, preferred, but not really. I'm going to be talking about a much more complicated way of trading, also known as stock options trading. So without any further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so before we understand stock options, we need to understand what are stocks. Stocks are basically just an ownership of a company. That's all there is to it. Now let's look at what are stock options. The stock options are agreement between two parties, the buyer and the seller, to buy it or sell it at a specific price, also known as a strike price, and at a certain date. Now, why you should do it? Let me show you an example. So as you can see on the right-hand side, this guy made over 50K, more like $49,000, but in a single day from a small investment of $766. And on the left, as you can see, the guy made $2.4 million from just a small $10,000 investment in a period of 1 year. All right. It just allows you to leverage your money so you can basically get more for your buck. Okay, let's see. Before we get into stock options, you need to understand some basic concepts and terminology. Okay, so in the stock options world, it's always times 100. Guys, remember this, that if I say at any point in this presentation $2, it's $200. It's never $2, it's always times 100, so it's $200. Okay, after that comes that there are two types of options, buy and sell options, which we'll look in just a moment, but they can be used with two types of different options, which are known as calls and puts. Calls are when an upward movement is predicted, and a put is when a downward movement is predicted. Okay, it will make sense to you guys once we get to the real presentation part. Okay, now when I say exercising an option, all that means is that the buyer and the seller are adhering to their agreements and they're buying the stock or selling the stock as per their need. Okay, now let's get into some real stock options. So, first of all, we're going to go to buying stock options. So what are buying stock options? These are uncovered calls or puts which allow you to leverage your money. So in the slide you saw before, the guy who made 50K in just 1 day from $700 investment, that was because he did buy call options. What buy call options are is that basically you are giving a premium to the seller to sell you 100 shares of a specific stock at a certain date and at a certain price, regardless of price increase or decrease after, depending on if it's a call or a put. Now, what you need to understand in buying stock options is that basically if you just bought a stock option, a buy call option for let's say $2, which is basically worth $200. Now when it's at $3, you can sell it at $3 for a $100 profit, or if you just have the money and if you just like the stock, just keep it and the option will be exercised. Now selling stock options. Now selling stock options requires a lot of money because you need to have 100 shares of a specific company in order to do these. So you would need a lot of capital in order to do these kind of options. Now why these are helpful? Now if you have a lot of money, you don't have the time to go and check, and then you want a guaranteed price return, sort of like an insurance that the buyer just takes it from you at that price and you get to eat the premium for it, then selling stock options is for you. These are covered calls or puts. Okay, so now you have the basic knowledge of stock options. Now let's see an example. Well, sorry about that. Let's see where you can get these from. You can get these from an option chain. As you can see on the top, there will be a date. On the right-hand side is the call section. On the left-hand side is the put section. This is where you can select the stock options. Okay, now let's look at an example. So on the top is Stevie. She only knows how to trade stocks. But under her is Steve. Steve knows how to trade stock options. So now in this scenario, we're taking the S&P 500 index at the price of $800, and it's supposed to go up to $1,000 in about 10 trading days or 2 weeks. All right, so what Stevie does is that she just buys shares and then leaves it for 2 weeks or 10 days. Know that it's only traded from Monday through Friday. And then at the end of 2 weeks, she has $10,000, a $2,000 profit. Whereas my friend Steve here is going to buy stock options, specifically buy call options, because it allows him to leverage his money. He's going to put $5,000 into these options. And at the end of 2 trading sessions, he's going to have $11,000 or $6,000 worth of profit. Okay. And it's time for a disclaimer. So this was not trading advice of any kind. Any trades you make, you're personally liable for them. And this was only for your knowledge and pleasure. Thank you so much, guys, and trade safely.